Khan Shalom. All praise goes to the Most High Yahweh, Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Nochakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostle of Great Millstone for giving us the wisdoms and the teachings of the scriptures. And Shalom to all the sincere Achiam across the globe, spreading the truth. You might hear it. I'm standing next to the road. I'm waiting for the bus to get home after work. You know, the slave master gave us a few hours earlier to get home. But yeah, I was watching this morning as I went to work. I watched a video by GMS Atlanta Camp. And the GMS Atlanta Camp is a big camp, as I saw 8 brothers. There might be more. And you see the video in the screen. The title is, Does Music Affect Your Mood? Let's see. And basically they went on a Q&A, a question and answer tip. Or I don't know if it's the camp leader, but he clearly he was doing the word. He was leading the meeting, so to speak. And they talked about a whole lot of things that affect people, you know, by way of music. You know, and they had questions, and I want to take time to also answer those questions, because it was a really interesting lesson video, and I really like the vibe, and it's basically a carnal tip, because it's about music. But since you know, Jacob descendants, Jakes, we are the a soulful people, a rhythm people, and you know the so-called white people, them Caucasians, Edomites, they are the non-rhythm having people. So again, I want to say Salakia, excuses for the cars driving by. I'm waiting for the bus. I might stop this part and make it a 2-part as soon as I see the bus coming. But yeah, let's get into it, man. Music, man. Me, myself, I've been from my 16 years old when I had my first video clip. I was in music until my, active until my, I think, 35 years old. When I came in the truth, I left music. When I turned my back to the truth, I was kind of, how do you say it? Attracted to it. Attracted. Let's call that word. And, you know, evidence of me being in the music is online. If you have any questions, you can ask me always. But I'm not proud of it anymore. But I used to be very hard in that music shit, man. Hip hop, Dutch, in the Dutch language. Some people might say it don't have any future. It didn't have any future. But if you look at the, you know, the rap game in the Netherlands nowadays, it's really, you know, it's the main music basically on the radio stations. But that's a whole other story. So let's get into it, man. I had questions. I had them written down. So let's go there. Yeah. So first item they touched on, it's not the first item, but the first item that I wrote down is about the Haitians voodoo, you know, and how they put, you know, one of the brothers had an example of one of his relatives who used to listen to the music from where they put voodoo on people, or they use in their voodoo rituals. And me myself, I'm from Suriname. Like a whole lot of, like, you know, a bunch of other brothers from the GMS Atlanta Camp. Well, me, I was personally not born in Suriname. I was born in the Netherlands. But hey, I'm a Suriname guy, man. In the world, I'm a Suriname guy. And in Suriname, there's this music style called Kawina, Kaseko. That word might be more known to people in the world, Kaseko. But you also had Kawina. You know, I'm gonna show you a few pictures. because that's very rhythmic music, you know. So I'm not gonna play no music, but I'm just gonna show you, you know, a picture of a Kawina band. You know, they had a Wikipedia page. There you see one of the bands. This is Limbo. You see how many jakes are in it? You know, you got Draver Boys back in the 80s. See? Jake, man, I tell you this much, man. That music, it really gets into you, man. Because it's real, you know, rhythmic. You know? Got all types of drums and instruments, making it one sound, man. You know, I'm gonna show you the band that I was related with. You know, it's called Ondrofini, which means to experience, basically, to experience. You know, they're a bunch of niggas. But yeah, this is basically the band in their formation right now. You don't see them with the drums or anything, but that's Ondrofini. So yeah, and the rhythm of Kawina and Kaseko comes very close to the voodoo. We call it Winti Pre. Winti, which means wind, and Pre, which means place. So they're playing for the wind to bring spells upon people and people start shaking and all that type of shit. It's crazy. But yeah, man. They had a question. So the brother asked his brethren, how often do you listen to music? And I asked this question, and I see the bus coming, so let me just continue, man. How often do you listen to music? So I'm going to answer that question. When it's not the Shabbat, I listen to music every day. That's first and foremost. I'm not driving cars. I'm not a car owner. But if I had a car, I can say it like this, man. Because even when I'm driving by public transport, I always have my music with me, my earplugs. Mines are wired. I don't use the Bluetooth. That's a whole another discussion. But yeah, I listen to music every day. I got crazy playlists. I got my hip hop. I got playlists called Radio Everything. It's basically radio music from the 30s all the way to the 90s and 2010s even. And yeah, as I said, man, I listen to music a lot. One of the brothers in GMS Atlanta had a good example. He said, I listen to the elders or the apostles or whoever first, and after that I switched to music. And I'm trying to bring that in my life too. I'm not going to go into it too much because those are the next questions. So with that, I'm going to ask you to bear with me for 1 second. And I'm going to be right back because the bus is right here. 1 second, please. Okay, let's go. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna continue it when I'm home. Yeah, make a part 2 of it, okay?